these two builds all stream. We said we'd make a video on it, so we're going to do a live recording of these builds, live footage of these builds. And we're going to start with the rifle version I was using because the rifle version was my favorite version. I've amended it from yesterday's stream, though, because everybody was recommending the overdogs. So I've done that. Let's take the cam off while we take a look at the build. So I'll give you some gameplay in a moment, but it's quite an easy build to put together. It's the sharpshooter specialization for obvious reasons. Then I use the 1886 farmable through targeted loot. You want to have detox on it and you want to have determined on it. That's very key for the build. Secondary doesn't matter. Sidearm doesn't matter. Then as for the pieces, the hardest piece you're going to farm for this build is the Habsburg chest piece. The reason for that is comes with a blue armor core. You want weapon damage, but you also need headshot damage on the attribute and headhunter. You can go with a chain killer here. Like, honestly, just go for the chain killer. That's Walker Harris. It comes with 5% weapon damage instead of the headshot damage, but it really doesn't matter. Go for chain killer and just use that with headshot damage and weapon handling. Perfect headhunter. But if you got it, headshot damage on the Habsburg. I think I copied this build originally off MVM and he said it worked out a little bit better. But you'll need to get a headshot damage and headhunter roll so you can roll weapon damage on it. And it does make it a hard farm. That is the Oroldi backpack. Headshot damage. Oh, Providence. Sorry, Providence backpack. I'm mixing up with the other build. Providence backpack. Headshot damage with a headshot damage roll, handling, and vigilance. You can live without handling. As long as you got headshot damage and vigilance, you're good. And it's headshot damage mod slots on all 3 slots and 2-piece breaking point. Headshot damage. Look how unoptimized this build is. Just pointing this out. It's very unoptimized. There's some bits that need improving, but you'll still see how good it works. Breaking point on the holster as well. Again, headshot damage. Then we got the Fox's Prayer knees. You can go turmoil knee pads here. Turmoil are a bit broken, no? So I'm not going to use them for that purpose. But basically, the turmoil will spread the damage across multiple targets. And on this build of Determined, I don't believe you get the damage reduction so much on the spread, which is why they're broken. Use the turmoil. However, Fox's Prayer works very good. And then the Overdogs gloves. So exotic gloves, Overdogs, throw them in there. You know what they do with the weakest link talent. So this is build 1 that I was using yesterday. Yesterday, my difference was I didn't have the Overdogs on. I had breaking point gloves and we had the Tinkerer mask and we had a rifle in the secondary slot with boomerang. So because of Tinkerer, we had determined boomerang on the 1886. It worked great. It still works awesome, but someone mentioned in stream about the Overdogs and I liked the idea. So I've amended it. So let me show you how this build works. We're going to go and hopefully do some open world activities and do them good. What we're going to do, we'll go in here, propaganda broadcast. The idea of this build, or both builds, I'm going to show you now, is you get a headshot, and then you use the broken determined to keep on getting headshots by shooting the body. Very easy to use. Everything just dies instantly, and they're great for the Reanimated Global Event. Really good for the Reanimated Global Event, in fact. There's loads of different builds you can use for this, but one-shot headshot builds are probably up there with the best builds you could be using right now for this event. It's a nice way of doing it. If you don't like using snipers, then you use rifle. And you'll see what I mean now. So when you initially go into combat for any of these builds, you want to look for an enemy that you can kill with your first shot. So this red bar here, fantastic. Get the headshot, and now body shots are going to count as headshots. And everything just dies. Just like that. Oh, you got to hit the shot, though. You can't miss it. There we go. It's not that good. You can't account for missing shots. But yeah, you can hit them in the toe, hit them in the arm. It'll count as a headshot while you've got the proc. No idea how long the proc lasts. So you're working on Chain Killer and you're also working Determined. So Chain Killer is timed. If you don't chain the kills fast enough, you will lose the Chain Killer buff. Where? Oh, there he is. This is a good thing with a rifle build. You can play a little bit more tanky. But yeah, you lose the chain killer. However, determined will stick until your next shot. So yeah, pretty much just keep shooting. I think the highest damage I've seen on this build with the Tinkerer version was 101 mil. Again, not optimized. That'd be higher when the build's fully optimized. With this build, I've already seen 102 mil, so this definitely hits harder because of the overdog gloves. But it really doesn't matter. Like, no ad needs 102 mil in the open world farming. Like, which way is it? Oh, that way, that way. We're obviously playing on heroic with a few directives right now. You can see how easy it is. Oh, helmets are an issue. So that guy had a helmet on, so it took his helmet off. I had to quickly get another headshot to get the procs back going again. Black Tusk can be a little bit of an issue as well. And those flying drones, they're a freaking nightmare. You want to avoid them. But other than that, you're good. We'll do one more activity with this build. I'm going to show you a sniper version of a build, which is also very, very good. So that's a broadcast done. Let's go and hit territory control right next to us. So yeah, for the sniper build, it's probably more for people that like to just sit a bit more at range and cover. Turmoil. So I'm recording this video live. Someone in the chat said Turmoil melts the ads with helmets. It does. So the other benefit of Turmoil is when it spreads the damage. If you shoot somebody in the head and there's someone close by with a helmet, or take the helmet. Again, I'm just not using them because the Turmoil are broken. It's not working as intended. So I don't want to show you a build that's not working as intended. And I know Determined's not working as intended, but Determined has been a thing for so long. The devs fixed Determined. And then they broke it again because the community was in uproar. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Determined is staying how it is. But I'm not so sure about the Turmoil knees, whether that will get fixed or not. So I don't want to tell you a build to use with a Turmoil when it's a bit broken. But yeah, Turmoil great. Put Turmoil on instead of Fox's Prayer for sure. But yeah, dead easy. This build's awesome. So right now in the Reanimated Global Event, you can run around the open world doing open world activities with this build with ease. Get all your XP needed to get your bloody Houndsman outfit quite quickly. We did quite quick yesterday. Really easy. This works solo and in a group. You can be in a group of 4. Even with the scaling, it's absolutely fine. We're just doing a solo. Let's go back to the base to show you another version of a one-shot build, though. This is kind of like a bog standard one-shot build, which you probably saw a million times. But it's very effective nonetheless. I wonder if we can incorporate the overdogs in that one. I don't know. We'll have a look. So this is hot shot, one shot. Where are you? There you go. This is the other build I was using yesterday in stream, which does exactly the same thing. Yeah, we're going to leave it like this. I'm not going to incorporate the overdogs in this. So this one, again, sharpshooter specialization for obvious reasons. The sniper most people use is the White Death. I've got an M700 Carbon because I think at some point this one was good. And then the White Death became the thing again. It's not that important. Go with whatever sniper you want. Whatever. Determined and damage to target or cover. Most important thing, and the fact that there's bolt action and it's doing big damage is what you want. So M700 Carbon works. The White Death works. A few others might work. So that's what you want as a sniper star. Secondary sidearm really don't matter. Irrelevant. You want 4 pieces of hot shot on this one. So we've got hot shot mask. These will all be optimized. We've got headshot damage mod. Gloves, headshot damage. Knees, hot shot, headshot damage. And holster, hot shot, headshot damage. Then you want the perfect chain killer chest piece. So perfect headhunter chest piece of chain killer. Headshot damage, most important thing. Thanks for knocking me out of my menu. Thank you. Weapon handling as well if you can get it, but not that important. The weapon handling roll, headshot damage mod. And then this one's got the Aroldi backpack gun. You want headshot damage again with vigilance, headshot damage mod, and weapon handling if you can get it. Not that important, but weapon handling will be the best third attribute there. And that's that build. Really easy build to put together, that one. Not even exotic on the gear. And if you want a white death, if you're struggling to get a white death, just do strongholds. They tend to drop off strongholds a lot. So you could do that. I probably have a white death in my stash, but I'm just gonna keep this on. This is fine. Absolutely fine. So this is the other build I was using yesterday. We'll do the same again. We'll go and do some live gameplay. Show you how this works. We'll hit that propaganda there. Just go do that. See this one? I've got a scope on it. You can take the scope off the sniper and obviously stealth face tank a little bit. However, this is meant for more ranged combat. The rifle build can be used for a bit more up close and a bit more run and gunner sort of type. But this one is, you're definitely going to want to be sitting in cover and take your time a little bit more with the sniper one. You're going to get higher numbers though if you like numbers being high. Again, works solo, works in a group. Oh, if you've never seen these builds before as well, it is worth mentioning about Black Tusk. They don't have heads on them, right? So we've got Johnny 5 here. You can still take them out in one shot. Wait till you hear the headshot splat. Counts as a headshot still. You'll lose your headhunter, but you'll keep you determined. So if you see a Warhound or Johnny 5 mini tank, take them out with the one shot. Wait for the headshot splat. The chain killer will reset, but you'll keep you determined. So the next shot on an ad should still work. Sometimes when you're playing in a 4-person scale, that's not the case. Losing your chain killer means you're going to look for another head again. But I think right now with Reanimated and all the headshot damage bonuses, it doesn't matter at all. Yeah, this is the sniper version.
Incoming hostiles detected. Ski detected.
Oh, flinched. Just wait for a headshot splat from that Johnny 5, and I know I'm good for the next shot. 125. You see higher damage numbers with the sniper. This is also a fully optimized build, though. I don't think I'm at max stacks, maybe. What are we meant to be doing here? Was this a... Is this a hostage rescue propaganda broadcast? Use the console. Oh, territory control. There we go. Got some gear. Okay, we'll move on to one more activity. That is what we'll run into as well. I think that's just around the corner, right? This place is a freaking maze. Yeah, this is it.
I want to take a moment to recognize the excellent and professional work of General Anderson. It is under his leadership.
So with how long it's been since the last ad, and I've lost my chain killer there, but I've kept my determined because I never took a shot. And again, we're charging up the chain killer again by shooting people in the body.
Never forget that the true sons were members of the JCX. It was only under General Ridgway that
Within 3 ads, we're back up to 80 mil.
a wise and strong leader takes responsibility for his mistakes. General Anderson is a wise and strong leader, and it is under his leadership that we will pave a new road forward.
Can I shoot through that? came through anyway.
Progress halted. Manual override required.
Oh, we're gonna need a key for that.
That these are harrowing times, but it feels as if it's your never.
Access key detected.
There is light at the end of the tunnel, and the black tunnel
We got every last one.
We are working with the government to rebuild a broken nation, but we cannot do that without you.
Good builds. They're great for open world farming during
Not a country
XP farms. They work without the Reanimated Global Event as well. But right now, with Reanimated on, these builds are going to have you covered. Throw the difficulty on Heroic. Put as many directives as you're comfortable on. I just went with 3 because I didn't like the pistol one or the skill one. Yeah. Get tons of XP. Easy work. What are they distracted by? I'm trying to kill you. We're going to have to go to them, aren't they? They've got something else going on out there.
Override required.
You can do drones as well. Same thing with like warhounds and that. You're going to lose your chain killer, but wait for the head splat. You'll keep you determined. Oh. One thing I always forget with a sniper, I constantly move in, right, when I shoot. You've got to be still. Okay, I think we're done.
Don't see any more.
I think we killed everyone. Yes, I started with the rifle version. Have you seen that? There we go. Done. They're the 2 builds. Highly recommend. I'm glad I could get the video out, so it's a little bit delayed. But lots of you asking for it yesterday. Again, very quickly, we got the sniper version of the build. And if you want the rifle version of the build, it looks like... Oh, I didn't save it. I didn't save it. That was the Tinkerer version that I was on about. But I took the Tinkerer off. We've thrown on Breaking Point Mask. And we've thrown on the Overdog Gloves. We switched it up like that. And the secondary became redundant. So it's thrown on an Elmo's. Obviously, just throw a headshot damage mod in there.
Incoming backup request.
I think I'm going to save it as this way. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this time. Yeah, this is the first build I've shown you. This is a rifle version with the 1886. Top builds for this event. Hope you enjoy them. Let me know in the video comments of this what build you're using for Reanimated. Yeah, let us know. And if you got any builds you like to use, so I can check them out one-shot build-wise. That's all. Peace.